Welcome.
Stay classy, Medford.
Stay classy.
Episode 3.
That's right.
I am comedian Nick Linear, your host, and my illustrious co-host, What the Frank.
That's right.
Behind the mask.
Absolutely.
Ever so mysterious.
Mysterious and delirious.
Yes. And Stay Classy, Medford, brought to you, as always, by Schlesinger and Development Attorneys.
That's right. If you get hit by a car, call them.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to be an occurrence around here sometimes, you know?
Yes, it is. So
Yeah.
You always got to be prepared.
Yep. So, What the Frank, what's going on with you this week?
Oh, man. I have been working my ass off.
Yeah.
Just personal life, that type of thing. But I'm trying to make more time for the podcast that I announced last episode. And
Yes.
I've been doing a little more leeway. I have a little more of a setup. I'm probably going to do it in this corner right here, but have a different setup.
Yeah.
Maybe get some LED lights like we talked about.
Dang right.
Make it a little more spicy.
Ooh,
but what about you?
snappy.
You got a nice little show coming up, I believe.
Yeah. Rodney Norman this week on Saturday.
Nice.
Saturday the 24th. Make sure you get your tickets. Rodney Norman, he's a funny guy. You should check out his videos on TikTok or Instagram. He is really giving out his brand of life advice.
Which I saw a clip before we, got to filming this, and he's a funny dude.
Yeah.
I love his vibe. His comedic timing is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice that Medford is getting a lot more people that are bigger in, the comedy space, and hopefully that'll help it just keep, snowballing into a bigger community and bigger shows.
Yep. And it's at Rockeferry. Rockeferry is a great nonprofit organization. Make sure you check them out and support them. They make sure that kids have the instruments they need to express themselves.
That's right.
So it's it's a really great cause. You don't always get the instrument you want from the school,
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
Yeah, just like, I guess I'll play the trumpet because there's one left in the corner. No, not at Rockefeller. Yeah, there you go.
Trumpets.
Let's hit them with some intro music, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right. It looks beautiful out there. How's the firemen looking today?
So we had during the summer we have it's a T word during the summer, thunderstorm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 6 or so fires that got started from strikes were put out immediately and didn't even get to an acre.
That's beautiful.
So
great job, firemen.
They're
firewomen.
They're holding it down up there in Tiller too. It's been, around 1,900 acres for a week now.
Wow.
They're just kind of holding it and holding the lines. And,
They're Hodor, hold the door.
Yep, that's right.
That's
right.
awesome. Game of Thrones, guys.
With a better end, I hope. On that
Yeah,
one.
absolutely. People did not like season 8 of Game of Thrones, huh? That's a big thing.
It's bad.
Were you a big Game of Thrones fan? Or?
I was, yeah. And
you
it
were?
was very disappointing.
Oh, man. What about the new one with
I have not watched it because, it takes place, hundreds of years before the times.
it does.
And I'm like, I don't know about it,
I watched it, and I was a little disappointed by how slow season 2 was. Season 1 was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 was like, ugh.
And that's House of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
House of Dragon, yeah.
Well, before we end the fire minute, I just want to say, a little jingle. If
Okay.
you flick your ash, you're a dumbass. So just remember that.
If you flick
little
your
ditty-
ash, you a dumbass.
Yeah, just remember that in your head as you're driving around through the city, flicking out the window. Just
Hey, man, you flicked that ash, you a dumbass.
You're a dumbass.
I like that. We got to make it catchy. And
Yeah.
classy.
That's right. Yeah, otherwise, it's not going to stick in your dumb heads. All right. No, I'm saying keep a container with liquid in the car. Don't do it.
Or we're going to hit you with this.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said last week, we're just going to hit you with that information until you get it through your head. So.
If it can prevent another Almeda fire, I think it's worth it because the Almeda fire was devastating for
Yep.
this community.
Still is years
Yeah.
later.
Years
So.
you drive through Phoenix and it's just there's
Yep.
still so many areas that have not even been touched since the fire
Yeah.
because people can't either afford it or they just hadn't lost everything. So it's just like, how do you start with nothing?
Yep.
It's very hard.
Yep. And especially right now, make sure your houses and even your apartments, you can get renter's insurance. Just make sure you're insured because this can happen to anybody.
Yep. Make sure to take pictures of everything you own, even if it's just a video, because if you do lose everything, the people that do insurance are going to want to get the value of kind of everything that you lost. And if you have video evidence of that, you can tally that up and be more closer to, sometimes they just give you an estimate because you didn't have that information. But if you have that information, you can get a lot more out of that insurance. So just, helpful tip.
Yep. And any updates on the power? You think they've been fixing their grid, son?
Well, I think they have because, this last week on the scanner page, there were a little bit less.
Yeah.
There was still some, but it was a lot less. I felt like.
I feel like Talent is getting the brunt of it. Like they're getting slammed with power outages and Talent for some reason. And
fucking squirrels, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Those squirrels are just,
Just chewing.
squirrel terrorists. We need to wage a war against these fucking squirrels.
And we have a new segment. It's a new segment that I think is going to be the funnest segment that we've done so far.
Yes.
And we call it the Dum Dum of the Week. And
Dum Dum of the Week. We actually have a song for that.
What do we got? We got Dum Dum of the Week.
Wait, it's not applause.
Straight out of Klamath Falls. A Klamath Falls man, not a Florida man. A Klamath Falls man. Go ahead and hit him with this story. This is...
Oh, man. So, Union Pacific train derailed after Klamath Falls man tampered with track switch. Wow. People talk about switches all the time for their Glocks, make them full autos.
Right.
These are the switches that are also very damaging.
Yeah.
Railroad switches.
Did it say if he was intoxicated in any way?
Well, here's a full story, okay? A Klamath Falls man was accused of trespassing at a local Union Pacific Railroad yard and changing the track settings that caused 4 railroad cars to derail and cause more than $1 million in damages. So he did appear in a federal court in Medford, to face those charges. His name is Craig David Sadler, 50-year-old man from Klamath Falls. And one of the engineers that was, riding that whip, just saw him like on the tracks. He's honking his fucking horn. Do we have a horn? Let's see. Oh, no. So yeah, he's honking his horn at him, and he looked that he had some switch in his hand.
Yeah.
And as soon as he did something, the thing switched over, and the 4 cars just derailed. And he was found about a half a mile away from the wreck. So he must have been fucking $1 million. Dun, 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 dun,
He was booking it because he was on something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
he could have been drunk off his ass.
Well, I mean, that is the Dum Dum of the Week for sure. And I think that over $1 million in damage, it is, and he's a Klamath Falls man, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, Dum Dum. So, congratulations, Craig. We have a $5 Dutch Bros gift card for you when you get out, buddy. So come hit us up at WTF Medford on Instagram, and we got your $5 gift card.
Which in 72 years, that's going to get you a
bean? A coffee bean?
Yeah.
Not even chocolate covered.
Just crush it and just put it on a cup for you.
There you
Some
go.
hot water.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. What else do we have on the agenda today?
Oh, we don't have anything. We're going off the top of the head now. Is there anything that you witnessed that was funny here in Medford this week? Or dumb or...
Oh, man. There was a few... there's a lot of videos that people send in that I sometimes can't post because they're either, I don't know. They just don't meet the standard, I feel like. But there are some that are just terrible. Like there was one that was a person just laying outside of the YMCA, just just laying there not moving, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't post this. This person
Mm-hmm.
could be dead. Is
Yeah, you
this
don't
is like
know.
an investigation or
Yeah.
something like? But there's definitely a lot of horrible stuff. So I'm literally that. I don't know if you've seen the meme, and I'll put it up, but it's this soldier dude that's just like this, and a bunch of knives are stabbing him in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like a little kid in the front, just like with a little teddy
Mm-hmm.
bear or something. It's
Yeah,
like I'm just shielding you guys from all these videos.
that's right.
Yeah, but I do have experience because of Live Leak and World Star Hip Hop, so I feel like I've
Yeah.
I've been desensitized to just
Oh
terrible
man,
shit. So you're just like,
we
fuck.
had all sorts of messed up stuff on the internet when we were growing up. It was
Oh
the
my
the early
god,
days of
two girls, one cup.
oh god, don't even remind
Don't
me,
even
bro.
don't Google that,
Don't do
guys.
it.
It's
Don't
just
do it.
not Blue
Don't
Waffle,
don't do it.
the Pain
Don't
Olympics.
do it. Shh.
Just don't do it.
Enough. I'm pretty sure they took all of that stuff off by now.
Good,
You know, I'm pretty sure you can't really find it, but don't
good.
try
Yeah,
because
don't,
it's not worth it.
it was not worth it.
Not worth it.
I can't have chocolate soft serve ice cream anymore.
Mm.
Because that was my favorite part about going to Hometown Buffet was just
Yeah.
getting that soft serve and just getting that perfect just.
Is this making the podcast right now? That's so good. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to positive things. What
Yeah.
else happened in Medford this week?
Well, we're getting that sourdough bread company
What?
opening up over by the Trader Joe's in that same
Okay.
parking lot. I think they're going to be opening this week or next week because they said it was going to be very soon.
Okay.
The
Panera, watch your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I gave up on Panera like in the first 2 months
Yeah.
because they fucked up my order so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I got charged like $55 for a mac and cheese and 2 sandwiches, and I was like, fuck this place. You know?
$55.
It was ridiculous, dude. And then you
Holy
put like,
fuck.
it was like 2 ounces of steak on that whole thing, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Jesus.
I've never been to Panera, and
I thought
haven't
Chipotle
been
was
back.
bad, but
Haven't
holy
been
shit.
back.
No,
I buy their
that's-
mac and cheese at the store in the fucking container. How about that?
Hey, you're still a supporter, huh?
Yeah. No,
That's nice.
no, I'm not. I'll make mac and cheese better than theirs any day. Anyway.
Which you used to run a food truck, right?
No, I have never actually had a food truck. I had what it is referred to as a virtual kitchen. So basically, I worked out of a commercial kitchen. I cooked the food, we delivered it.
Nice.
And then I had a restaurant for a short time. I was executive chef, and it didn't get off the ground. But you know, COVID was so fun.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
COVID was such. I actually, during COVID, I designed this for because I work in the cannabis industry,
Mm-hmm.
and I designed this because when you're working with pre-rolls, you're especially when we work with this machine called the Futurola, so it makes 100 joints at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and when you pull one out, all you have to do is seal it.
Yeah.
So with having something on your finger instead of having to pick up a chopstick
Right,
or
right.
something like that, I was able to do so much, and I got the patent done, and I was about to go into production, but then COVID hit,
Oh no.
and I was working with China,
Mm.
and they were just like, no.
No, we don't do that now.
But I still have the patent, so I might still do something with it, which would
That's
be dope.
awesome.
And we're actually going to be signing this, and we're going to be giving it away. I know the last one I signed, but this one Nick will get to sign too. And it's just fun to put these out there and just make a little scavenger hunt, keep things interesting in Medford. It's not all tweakers and drugs.
We can, you can keep that for when I get a Netflix special someday.
Yeah. I think we'll eventually stop making them, but for now we'll keep making them. We'll keep changing designs, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'll sell some. I don't know.
You had a story that you pulled up that was about a restaurant. During the Alameda fire. Was it the Alameda fire, or was it just during COVID?
It was just during COVID because of all the money they were giving out for, the workers and all that stuff, because people were either needed money for supplementing pay and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So the Southern Oregon restaurant is Amigos Mexican Cuisine and Cantina LLC, but it seems like they have to pay back $1.6 million
Wow.
because of fraudulent claiming of employees being there and not. And I've actually know somebody else that did something similar, and he unfortunately took his life, and it was such a shock.
Oh man.
Like, and that happened in the cannabis industry, which,
Yeah.
oh my god, my cat's having the zoomies. I am so sorry.
Oh man, it's really unfortunate when it gets to that point, but like you need to just, I don't know, like don't take advantage.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's these funds are here for people who need them,
Mm-hmm.
and the restaurant industry was hit hard by COVID.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I made my fair share of unemployment because they were giving it to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not going to say, no, you can't give me more money than I was making at the restaurant. Oh,
Yeah.
no. You know, like, but don't be fraudulent. Don't be
Yeah.
weird about it. Just
Exactly.
accept the money that they're going to give you and roll along with it.
Which is, that was a very common thing, or a scam that happened during COVID, was the whole PPP loan where people were getting 50 grand for a business that they never did anything with.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, well, you got to pay it back. Or, like they got caught in something that they couldn't
Yep.
prove they were actually running that business. And now they're, hit with fraudulent charges. And it's like, all
It's
you had to do was run a
unfortunate, man.
business.
It's
Even if it didn't succeed, you still got to spend the money, but you just went on a fucking vacation or something. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Like I lost 2 businesses to COVID, and I didn't do any weird stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
I just kind of kept it pushing.
Yeah.
I mean, we live on, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. With my dad here in the Valley, I've lived here for 20 years, and we've had so many different types of ventures that we've tried to do. Like, we've tried to do like metalworks and
Mm-hmm.
landscaping, janitorial. We've done all these things, and we've did it for a year or two, and then it just died out, or we just, we weren't making a lot of money, so we had to adapt. And that's definitely what you have to do if you're trying to, be a decent person that's just trying to make it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the cost of doing business, you know? They
Mhm.
don't all work. But, you
They
you
don't.
get that one good idea, like the tips of a shoelace, and then there you go. You're a billionaire. And it just takes one idea. So
Yeah.
just keep creating. Keep,
Oh yeah.
keep doing your thing.
The Dyson vacuum,
Mhm.
the dude that made that vacuum, he had like over 5,000 prototypes before he actually had a product he wanted to actually, make. And
Mm-hmm.
5,000 prototypes.
Wow.
Some people give up after 100 times, 50 times, but
How-
this dude just kept trying until now he has an $8 billion company.
Yeah. How many Kirby's did the first guy build?
That's wild, dude. And I've also heard Kirby's are really good.
They really are an exceptional vacuum, but
Mhm.
you don't pay $2,000 for a vacuum,
No.
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
I actually knew a Kirby sales like manager
Oh
who
man,
used to
I
just
got duped in there for 2 days one time.
no shit.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
just walking around Medford.
I had never heard of Kirby vacuums.
Oh my
So
God.
they were doing the orientation. I was like, this is really culty, man. I don't like this. you
Yeah.
know? And I didn't make it through all of the orientation. I didn't.
No, it's like you said, it's very culty driven. Like, they almost shame you if you don't get sales, that type of thing. It's like,
Yeah, it's very weird. It's a pyramid scheme.
yeah.
But a vacuum pyramid scheme. At least the guy at Dyson just loved vacuums. Okay?
He didn't want to
Yeah.
get you into a timeshare. That's terrible.
Oh, I think that's pretty much all we got today. We're running on fumes here. So, Medford will provide more stories for next week, and we know
Oh.
this.
Yes, actually, I had a few that because I asked a few people, just about Mount McLaughlin,
Okay.
because I did a video story not too long ago about it, a few days ago actually, and some people did send in some really cool. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite ones, but
Mount McLaughlin stories. Okay.
yeah, and they're very short, so they're
Okay.
not going to be crazy. So this dude said there's this old man that he knew that climbed it 4 times in one day, top to bottom.
Get the hell out of here.
That's wild.
Is that
right?
possible?
I mean, this motherfucker must be running,
Oh,
sprinting it. Now, this is another one. There's somebody there that jumped off a rock from the top and they fractured their knee, tearing their ACL, and they still had to hike it all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
So they had to do that while they had a messed up.
That's that fight or flight, man.
Yeah.
And he fought.
Now, this is an interesting one because I never knew this could happen, but somebody got in trouble like when they were a teenager, and the judge sentenced them to hike the mountain.
What? What is this, holes? That's
Right?
some alternative stuff right there. What are we... Okay, anyway.
Yeah. You stole a pair of sneakers, so you got to hike Mount
Yeah.
McLaughlin, dig it up,
And then you got to dig a 5x5 hole
and bury your ego in it.
in the thin air.
But yeah, there's there's also some Bigfoot sightings out there that somebody said they saw Bigfoot, and
We need to go on a Bigfoot hunt.
yeah,
Let's go find the big guy.
Which I think is it towards Jacksonville, the Bigfoot trap. There's a Sasquatch or something.
Oh, we got to go check that out.
Yeah,
It's really squatchy around here. That's what they used to say on Bigfoot hunters.
have you ever been to the Oregon Vortex?
I haven't.
I haven't either, and I've been here for 20 years.
We should go check that out too.
That would be a dope video. Huh?
We're gonna put out some videos of us checking out some Southern Oregon landmarks. All right.
I think they closed that up October 31st or November 1st for the winter or whatever, but we still have time to go out there and do some things.
Yeah, and who doesn't want to see what the Frank roll a ball uphill? You know,
when it's really fun.
I want to see it.
And the other scary story around the valley is the woman in white that people have spotted out there in Table Rock.
What?
Yeah, back in like the 1900s, this woman, went missing and passed. They found her.
Early 1900s?
Yeah.
Or 1999?
Early 1900s.
Okay, for sure, sir.
So it's like an old dress, and
She's hella Victorian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So which is kind of interesting. If anyone has ever seen the woman in white out in Table Rock area, let us know. We love haunted stories, and if you play Grand Theft Auto 5, there is a hill area where you can see a woman in white, which is really cool.
It just confirms our suspicion that we might be living in GTA here in Medford. And we'll just keep proving that every week until you guys realize this is a simulation.
Which is interesting that the CIA said that, hey, this is a simulation,
Whoa, kitty
guys.
cat.
Hey, kitty cat. That's Chubbs. He's making the podcast. Yeah. Well, it was a great episode, guys. We got some great stories, great information.
Yeah.
And Rodney Norman coming up this Saturday.
This Saturday at Rockefeller in the mall. There is a back entrance. If you go to Macy's backstage parking lot, then there will be lights and stuff indicating this is the area to come in, because the mall will be closed.
Nice.
And so, it is an all ages show. So if you want to risk your kids getting a real education, bring them through.
He's got some good life tips, that's for sure.
It is a nonprofit organization that welcomes everybody. So if you want to come through, let's do this thing. Let's, sell it out for Rodney. He's been on the road for a while doing his thing.
Nice.
And we want to show him what Medford has to offer.
Absolutely. Well, stay classy, Medford.
Stay classy.
Take care.
Dun, 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 dun.
Woo!